Everybody, it's Jeremy. Welcome back to the Slowest WAAAGH, where we are playing Tzeentch. It's turn 29, and things continue with Middenheim. So let's see how shit plays out. We have empowered one of our sorcerers in water. We'll talk more about that later. We have claimed the throne, or no, not we have claimed. Someone has claimed the throne of the Artificer. Looks like a Tomb King, so looks like Nehekara has claimed the throne of an Artificer. Of the Artificer. My words. Dark Probing, nothing. Arcane Probing, nothing. Bowl of Blood! So I actually forgot to mention this. So I pointed out that we were doing some Bowl of Blood last turn, but we specifically picked our target last time as the Forest of the Lost because we've been generating a bunch of unrest there, which typically means a site, right? So we called it right. There's a brigand lair there, which is a little annoying, but not the end of the world. So, is what it is. Got Gnome Lore. We've got Haruspex, Augury, Auspex at the end of the rainbow. So, not a whole lot of luck on sites this turn. We get attacked by Middenheim in Valdenberg. So, this is a little annoying. This is the little night stack that we talked about previously that popped out from Middenheim. And this is where all of our routing troops went from the battle in Middenheim. So we sent a leader here to go pick them up, but unfortunately, they're going to get walloped by these knights, which kind of sucks. There's not, like, a lot of troops here, but it is somewhat annoying to lose them. So another smack in the face from these White Wolves and Knights of Moor. We get to witness Karaz-a-Karak versus Bretonnia on top of the Bone Nose Tribe capital. And it's not, why is this here? I don't even know why this is here. I feel like so we saw the fight between Bretonnia and Karaz-a-Karak last turn, wherein Karaz-a-Karak handily dealt a pretty hefty blow to Bretonnia. Killed a lot of questing knights, or Grail knights, killed some important, or an important commander, etc., etc. I don't know why Bretonnia, I assume they would have spoken to each other and been like, okay, well, I'm not letting you have another cap. All right, let's negotiate, blah, 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 back and forth. I don't know why this force is still here, knowing that this force was right next to it. So this is just gonna be more dead Grail Knights. Like, there's no chance of them winning. Maybe this mage was doing something sneaky. This mage got going on. No, that's just a prophetess. Not really sneaky. Never mind. Yeah, this is just gonna be a fair number of dead Grail Knights and a dead prophetess and a dead monk. So, well, maybe not a dead prophetess. She got away. So, yeah, 1 Clansdwarf crossbow dead, 1 Rune Guard dead, 13 Grail Knights dead. Like, that's over 700 gold dead for 500. That's a fucking slow to recruit. Why is this here? I have no idea why this is here. Oh well, it is what it is. Karaz-a-Karak is now on Bone Nose Tribe. We get attacked in Namor. We anticipated this somewhat. This is the force that broke out from Baguloth before we besieged it. And we threw together a kind of like makeshift defense here. Not really a lot going on. No real mages or anything like that. Just a bunch of marauders. So these marauders are going to get destroyed by these knights. But everywhere else... Oh, nope. What? Hold on. That went exactly opposite of what I expected. Okay. So, we expected this lower stack to get obliterated by these knights. The top to do well and the middle to hold. These Marauder Horsemen get destroyed. The middle does fine, but then gets hit by the top. And these Marauders, these Marauders destroy these knights. Marauders are good. Marauders, pound for pound, what you're paying for them, they're quite good. Like, now they get popped. They do get popped, but there's just so many of them comparatively, and they actually hit hard, right? Like these Forsaken Marauders with a 23 damage piercing trident, right? These Marauders with axes for 20 damage. We got some of the halberd wielders, 25 damage piercing, right? Like, that matters. And their defensive stats they're not like crazy good, but they're not bad. 15 protection, 13 protection. Like, wow. Did not expect it. Actually, amusingly, we were losing in the center as well. We won that on the south against the Knights. That is quite unexpected. So we kill the majority of the stack. We get one of the two Ice Wizards. We killed the Knights, which are honestly kind of like the big scary issue. Presumably they were the big scary issue, but apparently not. So this is mostly quashed, right? So this should be not very difficult as far as like a cleanup, and we do fairly well on our losses. Not a super big deal. We attack in Anasia. And so this is optimistic. We've got just a couple of Marauders, and then a Troll Shaman, a Merc, that is just gonna cast a shit ton of Horde of Skeletons. And we have him, he's got a lot of fucking nature gems. We have him on just cast away, motherfucker. Use gems, burn it out. There's a bit of PD here, though, so this might not work out very well. We'll see. The hope is that there's enough Long Dead to kind of chap up the mix. Oh, that's dicey. Well, more skeletons. He's fatigued. Raised dead! Yeah, perfect timing. Oh god, he's fatigued again. More raised dead. Oh, this is bullshit. I'd be highly annoyed if this happened to me. Horde of Skeletons! Woo! And just like that, 7 units beat 57 units. Which is horseshit. Oh, fuck. Obviously, right, like, that type of shit happens all the time with thugs, raiding thugs and stuff like that, but I don't think it happens that frequently in this type of situation. Obviously, Horde of Skeletons is great. Love to see that type of scenario. We get to see Karaz-a-Karak attack Middenheim on remark. Doesn't matter. There's a bunch of longbows and some scorpion beasts here. Whoa. Decent PD. Maybe take some losses. He's definitely going to win, though. Scorpion beasts are no joke. They are no joke. They are scary, scary creatures. Alright. Scorpion beasts win in on remark. Loses 4 of them, loses a longbow, otherwise easy peasy. Karaz-a-Karak attacks in Llama. We've got some Rune Guard here, some crossbows, some hammers, some Valkyries. Valkyries are kind of neat. They are one of the other sacreds. They have the Valkyrie Axe, which is Demon Bane, which is a problem for us, potentially. So, not exactly excited about those. There's a lot of PD here, but with the bless that he has and the amount of units and just the quality of these units, there should be no issue for him. Yep, easy peasy. Loses nothing. And we attack in the Caverns of Gold. So we're going down underground with a small stack of Marauders. And there's one PD here. So we are fortunate there. We're going to take that without issue. Second gate's unlocked. We got 36 secrets left. At the third gate. Unexpected event. 3,000 people have left Brightwoods. Unexpected event. 1,500 people have entered Sermiok. We have religious misconceptions in Brightwoods. Bogoloth has been breached. Middenheim is not yet breached. We got some promotions in Middenheim, which is cool. And the magic artifacts are starting to long for being forged. That ain't us! We are not the forgers in this game. So, what is going on? First thing is this. We empowered ourselves in water. Great. Why is he casting augury? I fucked up. I fucked up. It happens. It happens. We'll get him back on track. Probably. It might take us a little while, but I'm sure we will eventually remember that he's supposed to be site searching for water, not fire. Oops. So, we've got that going on. Otherwise, just continuing to do a lot of site search. We are getting more Acolytes, getting some more Chaos Warhounds, and we are finally starting to switch on Chosen Knight recruitment. These guys are badasses, obviously, right? And you can start... Well, you can't really start the game because... I mean, you can, it's just very difficult. They require so much Dominion in order to recruit them that it's very difficult to start the game with them with access to them and a good bless and not have completely shit scales, right? You can do it, but it's going to be challenging. It's especially going to be challenging to afford any of them because they are super duper expensive. But we are now at the point where we have enough territory. It's later on. I mean, it's turn 29, right? And we're probably going to start producing them as much as we can, at least until we get to the point to where we have a good squad of them, right? Because these will be our beat stick into the mid game. We don't have like a crazy bless or anything like that, but you know the stats on these guys are great, right? 22 protection, 2 natural protection, so that goes up a lot higher with some buffs. Paint them with other buffs, and they will just run amok. So pretty excited about that. Liking where we are at the moment, except not liking down here. We lost our fucking Dominion in Balcoria, and I don't know how. So that's not good. Our Dominion is something that's very important to us, and we haven't been ignoring it, but we have not been pouring as much into it as we clearly need to. So we're going to lose this laboratory in Balcoria next turn, which is going to get us 10 secrets, so it's not like it's the end of the world, but it is going to be annoying. So part of what we're doing this turn is turning our focus away from research and to Dominion management. So we're recruiting cultists in a number of locations. We're also recruiting horsemasters just because we need a few more leaders, right, in a few locations, because we need leaders moving around doing other things like patrolling in locations, because we're going to start blood hunting, right? So in Forest of the Lost, we are going to, even though there is a brigand lair here, and there's also a doom cloud, which gives us misfortune. I'd say even. It's less of a... We're actually kind of doing it because of that, right? Because we're gonna want to... We have turmoil too, right? We don't have natural order or unrest reduction outside of the defense, province defense that we have, right? But if we're generating 5 unrest a turn, this place is gonna need to be patrolled out anyways. So if we're already going to be patrolling it out, it's the right-ish size for population, especially considering what the other alternatives are, right? We would rather those grow and make us money. So we're gonna do some blood hunting in Force of the Lost. This is probably just the first of many blood hunting provinces we are gonna put up. It is that time to start getting the blood hunting online. Blood hunting is going to be very slow for us, though. We only have blood 1s with no boosts or anything like that. We are probably, after we hit our Enchantment 6, Conjuration 6 kind of goal, we're probably going to run up construction so that we can take whatever we have earned from blood hunting at that point and then turn that into Sanguine Dowsing Rods, improve our blood hunting, continue the blood hunting operation, rinse, repeat, right? So that's the generalized concept. Cultists in a number of locations, because we need more cultists to be able to effectively reach and control our dominion. I think, how many do we have right now? We have... I'm missing it. Yeah, we only have 6 cultists, right? We have a cultist here, 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 over here, right? And we're just not in positions. We basically want cultists all around our outer periphery. And these guys are stealthy 60 inquisitors, right? So they double preach. They're double their level when preaching against other faiths. So, like, in this territory, because we're in the dominion of someone else, this is an H2 preaching. We need to be taking advantage of that, right? So, what you do is you put a bunch of stealthy guys all around the immediate vicinity of your territory, and you start preaching. We're gonna do that. It's gonna take us a while, because obviously we are still in the middle of a war. We expect that this war is mostly won, so probably the next 10 plus turns, we're gonna be spending a lot of time getting our dominion set correctly, and we're probably gonna use, we got a fair amount of income right now, we're probably gonna start using some of that to drop more temples as well. Temple-wise, we've only got an 85% chance on dominion spread. We only have 8 temples at the moment. So we definitely want to boost that, and we want to get our cultists out in force so that we can, one, make sure our good scales are all throughout our territory and into the new territory that we have, but then our widened territory is pushing into other people's domain so that we can get more secrets, right? Obviously, we're going to get 10 secrets out of losing this laboratory, but what we want to get to is we want to get to the point where we're getting like 10 plus secrets a turn just because our dominion is in other people's locations. So, we're going to get a secret for having our dominion in someone else's territory, but we also get more secrets if our dominion is covering someone else's temple and lab, I believe. Is that how that works? Oh, you only see that in the thing. I believe it's temple and lab. It might be fortification, though. I don't think we can see it here. I think you only see it in the opening message of the game. But anyways, that's kind of like the generalized plan. Continuing to recruit cultists up in Namor as well. More Marauders, some Chaos Warhounds. Chaos Warhounds are pretty decent at patrolling. They're not the greatest, but they're pretty decent at patrolling. And they're pretty cheap, right? Ultimately, it might be better to do... where the fuck are they? The Marauder Hunters. They have quite a bit better patrol strength, pound for pound. And they only cost 4 more than the Chaos Warhounds. My thing is at the end of the day, if something desperate happens, if something really important happens, the Marauder Hunters aren't terrible. These Javelins are actually not bad, but I would rather have not these Chaos Warhounds, but I would rather have, next. I would rather have these Chaos Warhounds, right? Like a 17 Magic Bite, or can I see you? 15 Corrosive Bite, right? Those types of things. So, in going for the Warhounds, we're basically saving a little bit of money and getting some special units that could potentially be useful in a pinch. Whereas the Marauder Hunter Marauder Hunters? Marauder Hunters are better for patrolling, but, you know, gonna cost us more and potentially maybe not be as useful for particular issues. I think that's pretty... no, we got some other things. I haven't even talked about what we're doing with Middenheim. So, we're still sieging the fortification on Middenheim. That's gonna take another couple turns. So, we are gonna go ahead and squish Faircliff and Farrow Woods. Sending out Marauder stack there and Marauder stack there. I say we're gonna squish. We hope we're gonna squish those. Also attacking into Osens with these Marauder Horsemasters. We're moving into Uric Valcor with a small stack as well. We've gotta catch out this group of knights, and it's gonna be annoying to do that. But we'll do it eventually. They'll probably raid around for another couple turns. If they run into our Horsemasters, they'll probably kill us. If they run into the Marauders, they'll, like, in Farrow Woods, they'll probably win, but they'll take losses. If they run into Rick Valcor, then they will probably lose, but maybe not. The Chosen Warriors will do well against them, and the Blue Horrors are surprisingly effective at handling things. The Flamer will fuck them if it gets the chance to. So we'll see how that goes. We're also attacking into Opalef, just, you know, sending out forces there, and we're going to be storming the castle in Bagoloth, so fingers crossed. We are moving back up, because we went to Caverns of Gold, and we were like, hey, let's see, I presume Middenheim has this whole cave. Middenheim does not have this whole cave, because that's a lot of fucking troglodytes, so we're not fucking with that. You know what, we haven't looked into our cave in a while. We've got this nice little jut of land in between Nagaron and Karaz-a-Karak. Anything else wild happening? I don't think so. Research-wise, we will be done with Enchantment 6 this turn, heading into Conjuration 5 and 6. Both of those are useful for us. No crazy spells, just site searching, trying to research. Our research isn't great so far, right? Sub 400 at turn 29 is not exactly good, but that's going to get significantly better in the near future, right? Once we wrap up this war with Middenheim, assuming that no one comes at us real hard, we're going to have, we will have a lot of income. And two, we have many forts. We'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 forts at minimum. Probably 8, because we'll probably put a fort on Cormark. Protect that throne. So we will likely be producing acolytes in almost every single one of those. And that is going to shoot our research capabilities through the roof pretty quickly, right? So I would expect this number to over double in the next 10 turns. Maybe not over double. That might be overselling it, but probably close to that in the next 10 turns. And at that point, I think we'll be doing pretty okay. But it just depends on whether or not someone wants to come at us really hard, right? So neighbor-wise, we've got Athel, Loren, Nagaron, Itza, and Karaz-a-Karak. Obviously, Karaz-a-Karak is kind of like the natural enemy that we would be facing, right? We have a very big border with them on two sides. But that's Kidzin, and we don't want to fight each other again. We've been talking about this. We've basically been like, look, we can both fight the rest of the world. We don't want to fight each other again. We don't want to turn this into another 50-turn thing. And that might not be good in the long run for either of us to just leave each other alone. But when it comes to, if that's the case, right, if we just leave each other alone, looking at our other options, I actually feel pretty decent from the concept after the war with Middenheim. Itza, Nagaron, or Athel Loren, I would not be against fighting any of them. Athel Loren, I think, is less of a desirable target because they're here and here, right? And that turns us into this. I guess it's not that weird of an L. We could go for Nagaron and be either way. We're gonna be this kind of like fucking Tetris block situation, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I don't think we're counting our chickens before they've hatched either. I think this war with Middenheim is definitely in the bag. It's possible, right, that they are, summoning a lot of things in their capital, that their god is out and they're doing some equipment shenanigans. We could run into a big issue, but I don't think we're going to. I'm relatively optimistic about what's going on. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Anyways, I think we will see you next time. Bye-bye, everybody. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider leaving a like, commenting, or subscribing. It really helps me out. If you'd like to see me live, head over to my Twitch at twitch.tv/thedistanthorizon.